Okay, come on. They're just flexing with the animation at this point. There's no reason to go that hard. Come on now. I'm like the Scream. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, pew, pew. We keeping that shit blasting. Okay, we're back to her room not being pleasant. So now this is when you grab your pants and your keys and you run. Listen, Lord of Mysteries at this point, the best way to describe it is it's like a white girl on the casting couch, bro. The way it treats you, there, like, once you go Lord of Mysteries, there's no going back. You make sure you drop a like, share, support, subscribe if you're new. Your Patreon is, of course, for those live reactions if you want to help fund the channel. So, I'm not even, like, I'm memeing, of course, and I'm probably pushing my luck with the thumbnail. But at the end of the day, I'm legitimately serious. Like, I am the type of person who you can show me dog shit animation. And if I like it enough, like, as long as it's not Newgate, if you know, you know, I can watch it. I don't care if it's PNG, slideshow, this, that, and the third. If the art's decent enough, I can keep on watching it. But the thing is we have 2 episodes left of the main season here, right? And every goddamn episode has had some of the most stunning choreography, animation, everything. And it's not like it's like, oh, you know, here's a 3-minute fight scene, you know, like we get the Demon Slayer level. Ooh, look at that Sakuga, but then we stop and talk. No. They go for like 9 minutes at points. And every episode does it to some degree. And it's not just like, oh, it's a really nice punch or a sword swing, whatever. No, it's like every episode, the best way to describe it, it feels like it's directed by someone different. And I don't know if that's actually the case or not, but really props to the studio and director or directors involved, because everything about how they storyboarded this is just flawless. Like, there's so many points I'm like, was that a 3D camera angle? And I'll rewind. I'll be like, well, it was 2D, but there was some 3D. It's just, my mind literally shatters and trembles when I really dissect what I'm watching visually. Like a scene where we're trying to get a bitch to look into a mirror. That's the entire fight scene. Look into the mirror and get yourself trapped is one of the best fight scenes I've seen this year. And the best part too is, here's the thing that's always been weird. Is Lord of Mysteries an action show? No, but there is a lot of action to it. Like, to the same way I would say, is Attack on Titan an action show? No. Attack on Titan, it's a character piece. Like, it's a military story that focuses on the characters' mentalities and what they're going through. But yeah, there's a lot of action to it as well. And I think to a similar degree, Lord of Mysteries, it's like a detective mystery series, but every episode has action. And that's why it's really funny when, like, for the first month of the show airing, people really tried to gaslight me and others in the comments. It's not an action show. Don't expect to see a lot of action. And maybe in the novel, the action seems smaller, and they just are fleshing it out. But at the end of the day, whether you like it or not, this is an action animated series. But it's not only that. It's primarily a detective series, but you can't at this point say when every episode has a minimum of 5-minute action sequence that shits on everything that it doesn't have action-oriented stuff, because it is cooking in a beautiful way. But I do get why you don't want people to just assume it's an action show, because there is more to it than just that. And we're going to get to some of the stuff that I liked about, you know, the writing and everything later on. It's just, when I feel as violated as a white girl, I mean, I got to discuss the production here, because how is any other animation going to truly satisfy me after this rodeo? So, the story beat wise, I liked it. The Sharon stuff was interesting because they pretty much kickstart off. Well, actually, they kickstart off with us not knowing what was the gremlin eaten. Boy, was that a punchline at the end. But the Sharon stuff was interesting because, like, it was almost like some voodoo doll shit where everyone was being manipulated and just political ramifications. Everyone is getting screwed over. Like, it was just like, hey, what about our charters of rights? Like, this was voted against. You can't merge this, that, and the third. And she's like, nah, we gonna make sure this happens one way or another. And I'm pretty sure Buddy, the only reward he got was a peck on the cheek. Baffling behavior. But goddamn, the manipulation and everything and how it was working was so cool. And what I really liked, too, was with Climb. So, he ends up breaking into her room at one point, right? And I didn't suspect it because we see him as he normally is. So when he's hiding behind the curtain and the cat runs underneath and she's like, oh, that's my cat. I'm like, whew, thank God, you know, like, whew, the cat saved our ass. So when she opens it, I thought, you know, he was absolutely caught. Then the way they rewind the scene to show us that he did this out-of-body experience, because he's such a level of God that he has to pray to himself and answer his own prayers, and then he has this, like, out-of-body experience. The cat can sense him because it's a cat, and, you know, that's how everything's always presented, that animals can see things we can't, blah, blah, blah. So the idea that she knew something was there but couldn't prove it because he was basically invisible was such a cool directed scene, and really played with what we expected the scene was going to happen. Like him having to run or something, you know, Scooby-Doo out of that nonsense. No, like, it was just such a cool scene. The thing too is, because so much happens in any given episode, I completely forgot how the episode started. So when the end of the episode comes around and he's like, "Captain?" I'm like, nah, there's no way the captain's out here eating body. The captain is eating a body? Is he a vampire? I don't know, but I don't think there's a happy ending for this guy in sight. Buddy comes and saves our ass, and now he's eating people. Like, during that fight, a dude coughed up his heart. Like, I get why you're emotionally scarred from that, but holy hell, like, what the hell am I dealing with? But I think my overall favorite point, it's not a specific word that was said, but it's the action. So, if you watch enough horror movies, when the baddie's defeated, right? Maybe you stab him once in the head, you shoot him, whatever, and then they try to leave and the thing's not dead, right? Not Klein. So, we seal her bitch ass in the frame, right? And then what does he do? Oh, he pews, and he keeps pewing. He rapid fired so much he ran out of ammo. I'm surprised he didn't reload and keep going. This man had to push the gun down being like, "My boy, she's dead." But if that isn't the most genuine, I'm scared shitless, you ain't coming back I've seen in some time, like, I think truly the last time I saw that level of energy was in Scream. The Scream movies. Nah, this shit. Pew, pew, pew. Smartest character, I'm telling you. It's definitely a shame that we are approaching the finale of this season. I mean, of course we know we're getting the special episode next year, then we got the 20 episode or whatever, season 2 that's, you know, being worked on. Like, there's a lot, but it's a shame, man, because I don't know, this is why I'm always a little, I wish shows started always at the same time, so it all roughly ended at the same time, because we're at a point now where, like, shit airs early, like in the middle of shows ending, and then we are left with 2 weeks of not that show existing at the end of an anime season. It just kind of annoys me. It's a first world problem, I know, but it's how I feel. Anyway, you can let me know in the comments section how whitegirledonblack.com do you feel after this week's episode, and how it presented the most godly animation, and there's no way you go back to other shows after experiencing the Lord of Mysteries thrill ride. You let me know down below. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're on your Patreon. Is of course to catch those full live reactions, especially if YouTube bans me because they don't like my humor. And yeah, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. Alright, so today we got Raj Vermullins, Diedrich Savan, Davlin, Ferdo19, Pixcalibur, Janice Mary, Sign, and we also have Ashless. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. You'll have a good one.